Sounds good. Hello, hello. My name is Nigeria Chambers from Big O Belt Media. Mariana, it's an absolute honor to talk to you today about your
Oh,
new
thank you, Nigeria.
series. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. It's getting close.
Absolutely.
Start getting
It's getting
nervous as the
close.
premiere comes closer.
That's right. That's right. January 17th, folks. Nat Geo's Trafficked Underworlds with Mariana van Zeller. I wanna start by asking, first thing, I want to make sure I give you a work ethic, the production, just how far you're willing to go to get the story. I really think you set the bar so high. I'm just always so baffled when you top yourself with the next project. It's like, oh, well, there's that. You're just fantastic, and being able to have the audience come on these journeys with you, these very dangerous journeys with you. It's so surreal at times, and I'm so engaged, and you just do a fantastic job in doing the work, but also keeping us very informed with the things that are happening in this world. So, thank you for the years of journalism that you have provided for us, and it's again just a honor to talk to you right now.
Thank you, Nigeria. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So the first thing for me is when I saw the title, I was curious, and maybe you can give a little bit of clarification on this. Is this a season four, or is this actually a new series? And this is just with the renaming of the title here. Is it a season four, or is it just a new series going forward?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's a
Okay.
continuation of the work that I do. It's still an exploration of black markets, but it is the best season yet. It is the best compilation of 10 episodes we've done so far. So
Yeah.
I think we wanted to give it a little extra pizzazz so that people would realize that as much as it is, if you've come to see what you have seen in the past, you're going to
Yeah.
get that, but you're going to get that on steroids. Because seriously, it is my favorite season. It is, again, it's really 10 incredible films about these worlds that nobody ever gets to see.
Yeah. Thank you to the good folks at Nat Geo. I have been able to see half of this, and yeah, it's just the saying of going down the rabbit hole doesn't even suffice for this one because it does go to places I just could never imagine, and that's again just a testament to your work is that you continue to bring us the viewers in these stories, these societal things happening around us that we just have no clue. And I love how there's this misconception, or not even just a misconception, but there's this sort of just this sort of knowledge about what we expect in certain countries to only come back to American soil and see the corruption and the parallel between the two. So I mean, I say that to say in this season, we go from the cartel, which is like, oh, it's cartel, of course some bad stuff happens, to this big farmer right here in our backyard and the politicians and everything that's involved around it. What a journey. I want to start off with my first question here is while I am shocked that you are able to get some of these folks to talk, are you ever at any point ever shocked that these folks are willing to sit there and whether they're telling bold-faced lies or just the dangers that they put themselves at risk at in terms of providing this information? Are you ever at a point ever shocked that these folks are willing to do so?
I wouldn't say I was shocked because, again, there's been many years doing this kind of work, and, it takes so long to get people to talk to us. I mean, months, sometimes even years. And so many people we contact and so many no's. I have to get used to getting turned down constantly. But I would say that sometimes, yeah, it can be sometimes so frustrating. And finally, when you find somebody that is willing to come and talk to us and open up, and in the majority of times, yeah, there are play cases, obviously, that they're not telling the whole truth. But in the majority of times, we find people to be really honest and to be willing to tell us, why they do what they do, how they do what they do. And yeah, it is surprising sometimes. But I think that at the end of the day, one thing that I find that is so common to all of us human beings is this real need to be understood. And when I
Mm,
approach every single person, I approach to them all the same way. And I always say, look, I am not here to judge you. I am here to understand. I am here with empathy. And I'm here because I'm curious about your world. And I'm sure a lot of other people are too. And this is your opportunity to speak out and explain why you do what you do. And I think that goes a long, long way. These are criminals and traffickers and assassins and smugglers that a lot of times that their families don't even know what they do, and they're
Mm.
sometimes the best at the best, at what they do. And again, we give them an opportunity behind a mask with a changed voice to sort of talk to us, and they do, and I'm very, very sort of appreciative that they talk to us.
I definitely had a question I was going to follow up with here, but it's I've never would have thought it would have kind of bridged into my question. I thought it was going to kind of be a change of pace, but it's kind of therapeutic in a sense, and I never ever looked at it that way because my question to you was going to say, you really you stick your neck out there in such dangerous aspects, and you have a team, so you're the leader, and
Mhm.
you have your connections from folks you've dealt with in the past, as you mentioned in
Yeah.
this season. And so while there may be a sense of calm and peace for you, it's dangerous. And I wanted to ask you, what do you do in
Mhm.
terms of like the decompressing or to the mental health check to establish that you're okay inside while you're providing it for others? What about you?
Well, I have a very big glass of beer or wine, depending on where I am at the end of the day. Um, it's interesting that you asked that. We have a sort of a rule on our team when we're traveling and we're reporting on these sort of sometimes very depressing issues, but also fascinating, is that I ask everybody to, no matter how tired you are, let's get together for a glass of something or for dinner, and let's all talk about what happened today and what we saw and how we feel. And I think that goes a long, long way. But even sort of the moments that I'm interviewing people are therapeutical for them, for myself too, because I'm listening to, again, sort of these people that come from very hard backgrounds sometimes and how they face these challenges. But also for them, there was one case where we interview this South African assassin who basically is a hitman. He gets paid to kill people. And his parents had been killed when he was very, very young. And he started carrying a knife and then eventually a gun because he felt like he lost all his protection, which were his
Mm,
parents. And I asked him, but now you're killing people and you're leaving children without parents. You're sort of keeping on this cycle. And his words to me was like, I had never thought about that.
mm,
And I think it was a moment where he started thinking about his life and this sort of cycle of violence that was incredible therapeutical. So we get that all a lot, where people come up to us at the end or to me at the end and say, you have no idea what this did to me and how good it was to be able to sort of talk openly about my life and what I do.
mm. I knew I was going to struggle with being able to keep my questions within the time frame here. And as we talk, I just have so many more. That's beautiful. And I guess I'm gonna make a quick pivot here for my final question is through everything that you've done and seen in the world and the awards you won in journalism, the education that got you to the point, the productions that you put together for the world to be a part of it, and now to hear that you are affecting folks' lives in every aspect here is, and again, the word therapy jumps out at me. Again, did you ever imagine 2024, you got your new show coming January 17th, and you are again getting ready to have another outreach to the folks, and when you talk about the body brokers aspect of this thing, which is a whole nother conversation in its own, and the families that you've sort of established a sense of peace and even some justice for here, and getting that story out there, did you ever imagine that this legacy that you're creating, you will be at this point in your life?
No, and I'm so incredibly grateful for the job. Again, I have my dream job. I'm grateful for the incredible people that I get to work with. I'm grateful for the incredible people that I get to talk to that are willing again to open up their lives to us. I mean, we wouldn't have a show without them. And the fact that we're able to sort of explore these underworlds, again, these black and gray markets that make up for almost half of the world's economy, we know so little about them. No, I pinch myself every day, and I am so grateful. I don't like complaining about anything because I know that I have my dream job, and I hope that it inspires people that, I come from faraway country and a small town, and no connections to journalism whatsoever. But I had a dream, and I pursued it, and I hope it inspires people to pursue their dreams, and also to see the world as not a place, a dangerous place and a dark place, but to see that even in these sort of, black markets and secretive corners of the world, there are people just like us, who have dreams and aspirations and goals. And I think you'll start understanding, I did, at least, I see the world as with a lot of potential and a lot of hope.
So beautiful. That's so beautiful. Let's end it with this one here. The show, it premieres January 17th. If you had to use a word to describe for fans and what they can expect, what would that word or phrase be?
Couldn't tell what. Unmissable.
I would cheers to that one. Mariana, thank you so much for your time today. I truly hope we get to talk again soon. And thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Thank you, Najir. So great talking to you. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Take care.